afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, April 5th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Remind everybody we have a Time for Change call on this coming Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we also have a Reverse Aging call on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. The new 10 commandments. Obey no orders except those from within. The only God is life itself. Truth is within. Do not look for it elsewhere. Love is prayer. Emptiness is the door to truth. It is the means, the end, and the achievement. Life is here and now. Live fully awake. Do not swim, float. Die each moment so that you are renewed each moment. Stop seeking that which is. Stop and see. Osho. We're existing in a constant ocean of motion. And it's always about discovering yourself. It has nothing to do with the show outside of you. There are as many great truths in our universe as there are stars in the sky. And yet, just like the billions of trillions of stars that exist, obviously not all truths are created equal. The universe is not just made up of black and white colors. If you look real close on a clear night, you'll see an entire rainbow of flavors. There is this vast, multi-dimensional, cosmic playground out there. And that cosmic playground is also inside you as well. We all live, exist, in a highly diverse, intelligent system. This system contains various degrees of truth, and so not every truth will impact us the exact same way. The bigger a truth is, the more we will expand our reality, and the smaller a truth is, the more it will shrink and contract our experience of life, this life. Now, good news is that you don't have to decide what is a big truth and what is a small truth. Your physical body will let you know. Or for your heart is the best guide for seeing how expansive or contracted a truth actually is. You may have already discovered whenever we understand a larger, more profound truth in life, a little miracle happens. Everything that once felt hard, have you ever experienced this? Heavy and stuck inside, as suddenly becomes exalted and liberated. We feel lighter than air. And we're filled with a natural, spontaneous joy inside, which flows as freely as the wind. The mind, our minds, stop thinking, and we experience our own source of consciousness. And from this position, we see life from a much more expanded perspective. And it can happen within milliseconds. Some of you may have read the Course in Miracles. And one of the biggest truths that I and others have uncovered along their paths was the first lesson in the Course of Miracles. It simply states that which is real cannot be threatened, and that which is unreal does not exist. Understand what that means. That which is real cannot be threatened, and that which is unreal does not exist. It's an illusion. Now, it may take a long time to spiritually digest this massive truth into your mind and root it throughout your life. But the more you sit with it, the deeper it transforms your entire way of viewing yourself, others, in the world. That which is real cannot be threatened. Think about this for a moment. That which is real cannot be threatened. What is it that feels threatened inside you? What is this personality, this self, this ego, or that thing that you call you, which defends itself when feeling attacked or provoked? What is this little you who has a need to be on guard and protect yourself? Actually, itself, trying to assert itself and attempting to achieve something important or worthwhile with their life. And then, who is this overly strong, confident, all-important you who compensates for the super small, unimportant you? It's the one who has been attempting to make your life secure by feeling self-important, accomplished, met in deep embrace by your beloved, and all the while is feeling a deep and constant separation from God. Now, the good news in all this is that who we truly are has nothing to do with who and what we think we are. Nothing. Just nowhere near it. Whatever we may think of and conceive of about ourselves with the mind can only be a thought. And this little thought is too small to be who or what we all are. Who and what we really are is beyond any spiritual understanding of the mind. In this very moment, and only in this moment, we can find what is actually real. And this real thing is the only thing that liberates us and binds us at the same time. That which is real, the real you, does not change. And this essence is what remains the same for all eternity. It does not change. That which is real, the real you, does not change. And that remains the same for all eternity. The divine perfection that each of us are within these bodies never, ever changes. It's divine perfection. It is perfect. You may discover the enlightening truth is understanding how all identification with the ego is based in some form of fear. If we are not experiencing a state of oneness, unity, love, connection, relaxation, and bliss, we are hanging out in some quality or version of fear. If we are not experiencing a state of oneness, unity, love, connection, relaxation, and bliss, we are hanging out in some quality or version of fear. The ego is clinging to some thought or a process of thoughts which believes deep down that it is not one with the divine. It thinks it is not loved, not accepted, not embraced or enlightened. The more creative that you become, the more godly you become. When your creativity comes to a climax, when each moment of your life is filled with creativity, you, all of us, live in God. Not outside of God, in God. Osho. Enlightenment is simply realizing again and again and again and again how to remain non-identified with one's ego. Non-identified with one's ego. The enlightened state is a pure seeing, understanding how the ego is the greatest illusion of them all. To infinitely know and become identified with the real self, that which cannot be threatened, is the only true path to total freedom there is. And all other paths lead to some form of suffering. So it requires no basic standard of ethics, codes of spirituality, or religious background needed to arrive. You simply experience yourself as the essence of consciousness that you naturally are. The ego is who we think we are. It has some truth in it, yet it's just not a very big truth. It's a smaller truth, which only castrates our ability to expand into love, trust, and a feeling of oneness. Ego is a fear-based program that is based in the opposite experience of trust. And whenever we are living in trust, 24 hours a day, we begin to start accessing all the wisdom and knowledge known to all the saints, masters, and enlightened beings throughout history. We step into the greatest experience of our lives. We find our real true selves and know that we are the real masters of our destiny. There is no other way. Some of you are familiar with the Tao, or the way. The path to enlightenment is within you. It's never been out there. So many of us pursue externality. In fact, I don't think any of us haven't. That's what we've been taught. Excuse me, in order to find what you're seeking, you must go out there and find it. Period. What about in here? Well, it has nothing to do with in you. You have to go outside. Well, what if I don't find it? Oh, you will. Just keep looking. But you never do. You don't ever find it. And when you understand that you are divine perfection, and the God is within you, the kingdom of God is within you, the heaven is within you, all the things that you've been taught, and we've all been taught, are wrong. When we all know our real nature, we can allow life to play its ego personality, this role right through us. So we can allow life to play its ego personality role through us. And then somehow, to not get in the way. We can sit back. We can go with the flow. and simply enjoy this phenomenal ride. We can remain fascinated by this life, learning how we are here to serve others, take care of our bodies, and simply let the all-intelligence life force move through us. And this state, and it is a state of perpetual enjoyment of this life, is absolutely real mastery. The state of perpetual enjoyment of this life. That's the real mastery. When we remain free from all forms of ego identification, we cannot help but to enjoy all aspects of this life. We allow a greater love, a much greater love, to always guide our course and help us live with ease and absolute grace in absolutely every way. And the moment that we start seeing life, as non-serious, a playfulness, that's the real mastery. All the burden on your heart disappears. All the fear of death, of life, of love, everything disappears, vanishes. One starts living with a very light weight or almost no weight. So, weightless one becomes. One can fly in the open sky, Osho. The choiceless truth of who you are, choiceless truth of who you are, is revealed to be permanently here, permeating everything. Not a thing, and not separate from anything. Gangaji. There is this divine orchestra of spiritual energy and consciousness, and it is happening every microsecond, all around us, all of the time. Now, we aren't always aware of it. Why? Because our minds are so distracted and busy with those all too important things of this physical or material world. It's only when everything stops from some seemingly random event that we are only then are we thrown back to our real selves and can see, feel, and taste the much bigger picture. And in a few brief moments, our minds drop their game, and we begin to understand how divinely perfect everything is. To not value the gift, to not value the gift of a human incarnation is like trading a diamond for a head of cabbage, Vedic sage. The divine perfection of this universal orchestra is always on a perfect beat. It's continuously humming along, exploding into even more perfection, especially when all of us are in a bad mood and cannot see it. or how or where it is happening. We're always within the womb of this universal beat. Always connected with everyone, everywhere, in every dimension of time and space, in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. When we open up ourselves to this, then each moment we are able to see the real truth. And we know how every single moment can only be a spiritual merging experience of universal synchronicity and all of our souls' destiny. So, this week, do what you can to open your mind and heart, to feel the connection with someone you know or would want to know, who is very dead or very alive. Reach out to that wild, free being who is somewhere in the universe. Just do it as an exploration to possibly awaken that same wild, free being within you. Just pick anyone. And it doesn't matter whoever your heart would have to stretch beyond its normal limitations to open up and connect with them. And invite this special person into your heart space. And imagine that this individual is here now, fully available to be with only you in this moment, only you in this moment. You can drop the doubting, pessimistic, skeptical mind by just focusing on the vibration and feeling of the trust. And let your heart relax into the experience. You'll know when the heart is relaxed. Believe me. And relax it into the experience and reach into the emotional connection you most wish to have. That's so important. And I think if you just practice this for even a few minutes, you'll be surprised to find out that truly something magical starts to happen. Now, you might not realize the depth of the magic, which arises initially, yet stick with it. For wherever attention goes, energy flows. Whatever experience you have is what was destined to happen. Anything can happen. We all know that. From just a simple intention and practice to break through the limitations of our doubtful, time-bound mind. The inner journey you'll have is completely worth it in the end. How long does it take to reach liberation? It is not to be gained in the future. It is there forever, here and now. And realization is for everyone. Realization makes no difference between the aspirants. This very doubt that you have, whether you are realized or not, with the notion, I have not realized, are themselves the obstacles to realization. Be free from these obstacles and see who you truly are, Ramana Maharishi. So people have asked me, well, why are we in these bodies then? What's the reason to be in these bodies? The reason to be in these bodies is to discover who and what you are. Because we don't know who we are. And if we don't discover who we are, We will keep incarnating and incarnating thousands and thousands of lifetimes until we get it. And the information I'm sharing with you is priceless. Because you have the opportunity to literally choose to go within and stay within. It's not, maybe you'll visit it, a little bit at a time. You'll, this is kind of nice, it'll be a little uncomfortable maybe. You gravitate through the mind and ego back to external authority, to external reality, which is all an illusion, which we have all created. And when you do that, when you decide or choose to do that, then you're with the God. What is there any other place to be? And then all this other stuff that you suffer with and you get disrupted with, which is externality, just floats by. You're no longer connected to it. And everything comes to you, and your life is magical. And you learn, and you experience, but without the suffering. We know what suffering is. We all do. We suffer just all the time. Little bits and pieces here and there. We're just kind of used to it. What would it be like without suffering? Absolutely phenomenal. And that's our true natural state of being. With the heart-mind, with the God within us, with the heaven within us, with the divine perfection that never changes, of which you are. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And what is the first thing with anything in this life? Relax our bodies, head to toe, inside and out. The only reason any of us have any physical situations is because we are not relaxed with the body. We're not. Our energy, our prana, our chi doesn't flow easily. It's disrupted. It's interrupted. It's blocked. It's redirected. And it's all because of our expectations, attachments of this life, and suffering. As soon as we begin to have expectations and attachments, the body begins to get tense and stressed. And this is where we talk about surrender. So you surrender all the things that we attract to our bodies. Worry, stress. Now, they're all thoughts. They start out as just thoughts. That's all they are. But we're such in the habit of creating them into reality, we're such powerful beings, that that's what we do 24/7. So when you free yourself, with yourself, know that the true home is within you. Never been outside of you. It's never been where you sleep. None of that. It's within you. That's your home. That's your kingdom. So the body responds. You're the commander and master. Naturally, it will relax. Once you let go, once and for all, of all that stuff, and then you just lean back. You just lean back in the God chair. That's what it is. The divine perfection within you. So you just lean back into the God chair, and your body is totally relaxed. You may be sitting in some kind of a chair, but you no longer need the chair because you're just floating. the God within you supports the body. It's almost as like you're sitting in something, but there's nothing there. Once you decide to do this, the body relaxes. All that stuff, all the expectations and attachments, just literally vanish. And once you've done that, you move into the now. Why the now? It stills the ego, the mind, and the subconscious mind. What does that mean? It means you step out of it. You leave it alone. You'd be amazed on how you feel when you do that. You leave it alone. That's what being in the now is all about. Because the now, you can argue with your ego mind. It will argue with you incessantly, saying, well, you don't need to be in the now. You've got all these things ahead of you. You've got to do this, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. And the now is the space between heartbeats. It's moment to moment. None of us know. That's why we stay in the now. We choose to stay in the now. We don't know 10 seconds from this moment if we'll be in these bodies. We have no idea. That's why would we even be concerned about that if we're just in the now? And when we stay in the now, everything shifts. Now, we reminisce because we have memories. Where are the memories? Memories are in our library, our subconscious mind. That's where all this stuff is stored, in the subconscious. It's just like you go in and you open up a door and there's this big library. And it's all your stuff that you've accumulated throughout your existence. So you have memories, and you pull these memories out. This is a book of my memory of this, and this is a book of my memory of that. And it feels good and nostalgic, and it's comforting at times for us. And it's wonderful. We all do it. But yet some of us will stay in that past. We think the past is something special, and it's dead. It's inert. Those were the in the now moment to moments that are now long gone. But some of us will stay there like an elephant graveyard, and there's carcasses and a mist and fog, and we take it and we bring it into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling. And then people will go, no matter what I do in this life, I always end up being in the same place. Why is that? Well, that's why. And then some of us will go into the future that doesn't exist. And we wonder why. I wonder why this happened. I wonder what would happen if this happened. I wonder what would happen if I met this person, or I did this, or I wonder what would happen if I had a lot of money. I wonder how that would be. You see how we are distracted. That's why the now is so important and imperative for us. This is how we end up mastering the ego, the mind, and the subconscious mind. We dictate on what goes in our subconscious mind. It doesn't. See? Everything, we flip the switch back. The pendulum swings back to where it's supposed to be for us. And we aren't fighting the current. We're allowing the current to just take us in the flow of this life. It's like clouds passing by in the sky. We are not concerned because we have the faith and confidence with the God within us, and the universe have our back all the time, that everything will always be as perfect as possible and no mistakes, because there aren't any. There's just experiences. So how do we stay in the now? Because we get these thoughts and we wander off. I mean, we have tens of thousands of thoughts coming at us 24/7. Most of them aren't ours. Everybody else's when we were growing up, when these baby bodies and the baby bodies were maturing. So how do we stay in the now with all these thoughts coming and going? Our breath. Our breath is divine positive energy. It sustains the body, the vessel, which houses the kingdom of God and our divine perfection. How can it not be divine? It soothes us, strengthens us, relaxes us, focuses us, empowers us. So it's divine positive energy. So every time that you consciously are aware that you're wandering off with thoughts, you automatically know, I just focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now. And I'll guarantee you, 3,000%, you will always be in the now when you focus on your breath. And eventually, it will become automatic. So remember, you're looking at the body. You can do this anytime you want. You're looking at your body. You're looking at it from an external perspective, and also within. And you notice as the body is relaxed, you see in the body 7 wheels of light. And right from the base of your spine, right in the center of that body is going all the way up to the top of your head. There's 7 of these energy vortexes, chakras, and they're connected to all of our organs, emotions, everything in this life, in that body. They're kind of like sensors for our bodies and our emotions and how we're doing. So you look and you see that there is an energy that's passing through them, and that is our God force, love, light energy. So we take our divine positive energy and we join it with the God force, love, light energy. And we see the red wheel of light. Now, these are all different flowers with different geometrical shapes in the center. They're absolutely spectacular. The colors you would never see on Earth, on this planet now. They're so vibrant, and the depth is just so expansive. And they have kind of like a liquid energy that's shimmering around them. So we look at the red wheel of light. This is our root chakra, Muladhara. And this is our survival. It is our career, our wealth mindset, and sense of belonging. And it's blocked by, guess what? Fear. Fear. And then we move to the orange wheel of light. This is our sacral chakra, our Vadhisthana. And this is our pleasure, our sexuality, our connection, and our ability to accept others in new experiences. And it's blocked by guilt. And then we move to the golden yellow wheel of light. And this is our solar plexus chakra, Manipura. And this is the center of our personal power and ability to channel. It's our willpower. It's blocked by shame. And then we have the emerald green wheel of light, the Anahata. This is our ability to love. It is love. It is relationships. and it is self-acceptance. And it is blocked by grief. And then we move to the blue wheel of light. Throat chakra, the Vishuddha. This is our ability to communicate. It's our self-expression. And it deals with our truth. And it is blocked by lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light. The third eye chakra, the ajna. This is our ability to focus on and see the entire picture of this life. It's our intuition. It's our sense of purpose. It's our direction in life. And it is blocked by illusion. And then we go to the crown chakra. This is the highest chakra, and it literally represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. It's the connection to the divine, cosmic energy. And of all things that blocks it is ego attachment. Now, we're all consciously aware in this now moment that we are all of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. And we are all from the highest and of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And these bodies that we're in, the heart mind, the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, the pure consciousness, the God force, love, light, energy, all one. We are heaven on this earth. The soul is the divine perfection, the heaven. The body is the earth. We are heaven on earth. And every step we take on this planet, we are literally creating paradise. We cannot not. And we've learned to shine our God force, love, light, energy, the core of our existence, outward. So we're flooding everything with this God force, love, light, energy. We are flooding all of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out, whether they're awake, half awake, or asleep. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. And this light that we shine out is everywhere. So if you were to take a little starship trip out off the planet, and you looked at this planet from afar, you would see a planet that glowed with the God force, love, light, energy. Not just sporadically, but always. So there's 8 billion gods, all consciously aware of who and what they are, creating paradise, heaven on earth, creating paradise every step they take, and shining their light outward. That's just a magnificent sight. You see it and feel it in your heart minds, in your heart mind motion picture. We are all particles, parts of the one, of the God. Now, some are awake, some are somewhat awake, and then some are asleep, and then in-betweens. So we're communicating with parts of ourselves that are awake, to a certain extent. So we reach out to all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. Many, many, many civilizations, but yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they're with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes in every direction. And they are all with us now, consciously. We call upon all of the off-worlders, galactics, celestials, uncountable numbers, and all that there is. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and forming the circle of light and the liberation of this planet. Now, we're only familiar with a smidgen of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day, and trillions travel throughout the universes every day. The ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Felines, the Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian. Many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in uncountable numbers, they are with us now consciously. And we reach out to all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. Now, they're in the trillions in number, and they're in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which we've never seen. As a matter of fact, we only see 1% of what is. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of the circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya. Now, the ones that we're kind of familiar with are the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they come and they're with us consciously. We're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand. Hundreds of millions on and off planet. And all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, all consciously aware that we are all parts of the One, of the God, pure consciousness, divine perfection. And we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all love, and we are all God. And our God, light, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a massive circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from our God source within us, the kingdom of God, the divine perfection, our soul, pure consciousness. And we shine it out. And this light is so brilliant that it grazes out the darkness of sacred space. Take over 1,000 billion suns in this solar system alone to even come close to its radiance. And we're flooding everything with this light that we are. This pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and gentleness, and kindness. We're flooding all of our brothers and sisters, head to toe, inside and out. Doesn't matter if they're awake or asleep or in between. Because within them is divine perfection as well. So in a way, we're all shining our light on ourselves. So you can see how this planet is being completely liberated from all of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies that wish to do all harm. We begin to levitate above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive glitter, ocean of glitter everywhere. Trillions of vibrant colors flashing, reflecting in every direction. And when we zero in on these reflections, we see these microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors with endless depth, reflecting all of us back and forth. And you see, we're all learning from each other, parts of ourselves. We are teachers and students, always. Throughout this grand journey, we're always learning from each other. And we're always teaching each other. We are met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is the column of light that reminds each and every single one of us eternally that we are imbued with the white fire armor, head to toe, inside and out. We are completely protected 24/7 throughout eternity. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequency can even come near us. No demon attachment, possession, nothing. No voodoo, Wicca, nothing can harm us. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, greed, anxiety, envy, stress, fear, worry, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. How do you think anybody is attacked successfully by the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies? Because the moment we lower our vibrational frequency, we open the doorway for them to invade us. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance. And we send in the pure consciousness. We're there no more and forever gone. We're then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. And we literally cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the pure, of the highest high of deep eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds each and every single one of us that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sun sets and the sun rises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the clouds in the sky. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees, the forest, the soils, the animals. We're everything. So the next time you see a beautiful, majestic sunset or sunrise, or anything that puts you in awe of such beauty and majesty, it is you that you're in awe of. It is you that's the divine perfection. It is you that are the majesty. We continue to levitate above this planet, and we come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system. In the center of it is this massive oblong sphere. And in the center of the sphere is this massive golden white sparkling ball of light. And it's surrounded by numerous, endless waves, rings of vibrant colors. And they're all emitting, sending out these warm, misty waves that are saturating, bathing, and penetrating all of us, head to toe, inside and out. And then when the golden white yellow ball of light, that's deep eternal love. And all of the other bands of light, gratitude, peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, well-being, great wealth, abundance, prosperity. And then we discover it is us. It is you. At the top, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's been doing eternally, flooding us all, head to toe, inside and out, with pure, deep, eternal love. This entire planet, the civilizations, on it, in it, above it, and below it, all life, the highest supreme value universe, flooded with this golden ocean. We are drops of this golden ocean. We hold the essence of this golden ocean. The golden ocean is the drops, and the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses over 1,300 of our meditations in perpetual motion. The highest of the highest high intent and vibrational frequency of deep eternal love, gratitude, peace, joy. Hundreds of millions on, off world, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever, consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, flooding everything, all of us, always, perpetually, eternally, head to toe, inside and out. Feel all of this intent from parts of all of us in the liberation of this planet and all of us. It's absolutely magna-glorious. It's spectacular. It's divine perfection. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. The only way we find that true happiness and fulfillment that our minds desperately seek is to recognize and identify that the God source is always, always, always here now. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose, and an easy breath out through the mouth, out the mouth. Move easily and slowly. And simply choose to allow your mind and physical body to just completely relax. And if you truly know that the now moment is perfect, and focus simply on what you are doing in each single second instead of the future, we will all naturally start to relax. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and following morning. Tentatively set to have another Mark Z interview tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. We will return here Tuesday, April 6, 2021, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call.